Why Italy first go to Biden to discuss the BRI rather than China?
And Giorgia Meloni, who is a fascist and has been openly a part of a fascist party for many years, went to see Biden that Italy would do as the United States wants, and that is to leave the BRI.
In 2018, a key bridge collapsed in Italy, killing 43 people.
It was the third consecutive year that a fatal bridge collapse happened in Italy.
Italy's infrastructure is crumbling. And as long as that happens, it's impossible to have the kind of economic development that the Italians strive for.
Italy's economy has been treading waters for decades. The decision to join the BRI was meant to be its lifeline. But only months later, COVID swept the country and quickly dampened excitement.
The country was already facing a public debt crisis with a debt-to-GDP ratio of 134.8%.
1 million more Italians have fallen beneath the poverty line.
The worst recession since the Great Depression of the 1930s.
That is their debt to GDP level, currently sitting at around 150%, the second highest in the Eurozone, behind Greece, and of course it did jump quite a lot.
You cannot travel, you cannot have meetings. If you don't have meetings, you cannot do acquisition of companies. So pretty much all projects have been put on hold.
But the fact is, it was impossible for the implementation of the BRI to happen because of COVID.
COVID pushed the ship off the course. The economic crisis has led some Italian politicians to talk about maybe backing out of the BRI. Actually, even though Italy has been hit hard by the pandemic, trade benefits between China and Italy have managed to grow.
Italy exported to China between 2018 and 2021 has increased by 20%, which is very, very good. It's higher than the average.
The trade deficits from Italy's side actually is because of the comparative advantage of Italy. You need to increase your capacity or efficiency.
If economic considerations are not driving the decision, what could it be? Looking back at the timeline, Italy has remained within the US orbit since World War II. 78 years later, the US still have military troops in Europe, with a total of 14 military bases located on Italy's soil, 7 from the US and 7 from NATO.
They have been enlisted to support the United States through various different means of coercion and economic arm twisting.
When it comes to this attitude towards the BRI, Italy also aligns with the pace of the United States.
We're not looking to decouple from China. We're looking to de-risk and diversify our relationship with China.
Becoming increasingly obvious that more and more countries around the world are seeing the risks and, quite frankly, the lack of reward.
Italy's decision on the BRI is widely seen as a new field for de-risking. While Europe talks loudly about strategic autonomy and Italy echoes those points, in reality, the rhetoric of the de-risking seems to dominate the mindset.
So-called the de-risk, the risk is China risk.
And I must tell you, unfortunately, increasingly anti-Chinese.
But actually, the Europeans' risk is more from military security, too much rely on NATO and the United States. Like the Nord Stream exploring, everybody knows that's done by the US. But in the European media, never mention about that.
Even if it's a geopolitical issue, it is good that China exercises geopolitical impact not via military, rather by developing infrastructure for developing countries.
The discussions on de-risking have raised more concern than solace. The question of whether Italy will access the BRI shouldn't be framed as a choice between China and the US. Visionary politicians should cease to see it as a geopolitical battlefield.
I'd put it in an American way. People's lives matter. In a world divided by ideologies and conflicts, the BRI presents a substantial and all-encompassing avenue for the world to come together, promote peace, and enhance lives.